Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain tonight. We're gonna let it rain tonight. We're gonna let it rain just like the sunrise. We're gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain tonight. We're gonna let it rain tonight. We're gonna let it rain just like the sunrise. We're gonna let it rain.
별거 아니란 말은 그딴 게 뭐냐는 너의 말은 시간 낭비하지 말라는 말은 Stop it 보여줘 너의 carry 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 때가웠지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm no liar 잠시 떠나왔지만 yeah we on the fire 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 때가 왔지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm no liar 잠시 떠나왔지만 yeah 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season 새로 태어나 싸워봐 너만의 전설 왜 무너져 좀 하지마 걱정 차임 벌어져 조금씩 점점 불태우는 것이 나만의 적성 시작해 전쟁 다시 돌아가도 선택은 똑같아 Where the dogs at 무시했던 놈들에게 보여줘 너만의 번개 성공의 대가 yeah 벌티 꾸준하게 성장해 네가 뭔데 나를 재단해 난 앉아 있어 내 책상에 기나긴 시간 지나 red eye 오고 있어 내 때가 망설임 뒤에 who am I ain't no free anymore 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 내가 왔지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm the light
People dancing like they warriors. Use the passion. I got my head in the clouds, intergalactic. I'm on a venomous prowl, ready to snatch it. Are you prepared for it? Then let it happen. Yeah, let's go. Let's up. One time, go.
Hello and welcome back to day 2 of the undisputed TexCEF 2026 Texas State Championships. I am Captain Etsuka, joined on the desk by none other than Zip Master Flex. We are live here from Baylor University to give you the top young esports talent here in Texas. Zip, we already went through day number 1. This is day 2. Give us a little bit of a rundown. What are our expectations going into today?
Going into the day, most of the docket is fighting games, right? So we're looking to see a lot of fighting games. I mean, really, we can go down. We'll go through the breakdown in a little bit, but the first game we got coming up is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. It's a niche game, but if you've seen it and you love it, you're just like me. It's one of my favorite fighting games to play currently. And how do you feel about Grand Blue?
Oh my goodness, I can't even speak so much on Grand Blue, but let me just tell you how I'm feeling about the FGC, which is the fighting game community. For some of the casuals out there that don't know. Let me put you on game real quick. Okay, so yesterday, throughout day 1, all I was fiending for was the hands. Whether it be in Marvel Rivals, I wanted some brawlers in there. Whether it be Rocket League, I wanted the demos, I wanted the bumps, I wanted the physical play. I wanted all the smoke, and I got to tell you, with all the lineup that we have going on today, we're going to get all the hands and all the smoke. Look what we are running today. Grand Blue Fantasy to kick things off. Then one of the games that I really love right now, 2XKO, which is that League of Legends 2D fighter. Going to be going absolutely nuttery buttery on the sticks. Then we're going to have Tekken 8 followed by Guilty Gear Strive. Later on throughout the evening, we're going to have our grand finals, of course, for Street Fighter, Splatoon, and then Madden. So it's just all hands until we get to the last 2.
Definitely. So very, very straightforward lineup. We're sticking all the way with fighting games, all the way through the start of it. Then we'll get some Splatoon into the Madden later. So you're going to get your sports fix today, and you're going to get your paint. You're going to get your Splatoon fix. You know, Splatoon is one of those games that I didn't even know existed until the third one came out. And then when I played the third one, I was like, I get it. I understand why this has 3 iterations. That's a really good game.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to talk about a niche game, Splatoon is definitely niche. That's not a game that you're just going to jump in, pick up the sticks, and, you're getting a high score. That's going to be a game where you actually got to put in a little bit of work in. You got to have the game knowledge. Again, Splatoon is its own thing.
Definitely its own thing. And rightfully so. It's going to be some good competition. Last year, I know that they had some pretty stiff competition. These kids, it's a team game, and you really have to work as a unit. It's fun, goofy with some paint, but you really have to try. But now, let's get back into it. Our first game is Grand Blue. A little bit of a breakdown. There was only 4 entrants for this game, but they did a round robin. If you're not familiar with the round robin format, everybody has to play each other, and the best records lead into a final where they end up fighting from there. And so now, so we're running the round robin. I apologize. We're running the round robin right now, and so they will all fight each other, and then whenever the top 2 with the best placements will then go on to fight each other for a final. Okay? So with that being said, 3 of the players are from the same school. All right? And that's awesome. I actually thought that this was the school that one of my friends is a coach at, but it ended up not being the same case. But regardless of that, we have the Blood Goddess going up against TX Pate. And TX Pate, I think we saw in Street Fighter last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are correct. But with that being said, I got to point out, like you were mentioning, that the majority of these players are coming from the same school. They're coming from the same esports program. So there's going to be a little bit of heated, it's going to be a little bit of a heated type of fight going on between these two, because they have probably been fighting each other all weekend long, all season long.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So now this is where it truly matters. The belt is on the line, the bragging rights is on the line, and whoever takes the dub, they're never going to let it go.
That's what I was going to say, right? I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, some people just have that camaraderie, and they're like, my friend is so good. If I beat one of my friends in the finals at an esports event and won that trophy, you're never hearing the end of that. I promise you, if that was me.
Oh, that's a long drive home. That's going to be a long drive home. Like, if we carpool together, well, I'm just going to hold the belt, the trophy, and I'm just going to be looking at you the whole time. Be like, I told you about your button input.
Yeah.
I tried to warn you. Why you ain't you know what I mean? Like, again, it's gonna be a little bit of a rivalry between these players. And not only that, but you only get your next shot next year. That's your next shot. So this is going to be for a whole year. You're going to have to be going back, watching the replays. You got to go back and do your homework. You got to go back and fix what it was that was lacking the day of. And that's what I really love about these events, because this is our 4th year coming. So we have a lot of events that honestly take what they learn from here, they improve, and then they come correct next year.
Yeah. All right, so getting into this, I'm curious of what kind of characters we're going to get. I mean, one of our obvious top tiers, but I would love to see in this game, there's this dude named Vasaraga, big body. Are you a fan of big body characters in fighting games?
As a big body character myself, yes, I am a fan of the big backs.
Oh my gosh. So Vasaraga is a big dude with an axe, man, bro. He's so cool. He is one of the coolest fighting game characters I've ever seen. A lot of armor on his approaches. He has an overhead load command grab game. I mean, he's a phenomenal character, but we'll see what we get when we get into this. This has an extensive roster, so it's very, very hard to guess what characters we'll see from these players.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, when it comes to like my FGC games, I am a complete sucker for characters that have command grab. I love the command grab. If we're talking Tekken, King is probably my favorite character.
King is awesome.
I love King, probably the king of ground game for sure. The command grab chain combo with him is absolutely insane. So I cannot wait to see these type of, different play styles. Again, you have your grapplers, your strikers, you have the jugglers. I'm waiting to see how that kind of translates into the play styles from our young student athletes in a game like this one.
Yeah, for sure. And we will be getting into the game here soon. There it is, Grand Blue. Look at that beautiful hand-drawn art coming through here. All right, so we're going to have a grand Gran is a very strong, if that's what we're going to get, Gran is a very strong neutral-based character and that excels in rushdown also, right? So he's hard to deal with in the neutral space with his fireball game, but his rushdown is where you really get frame trapped. You think it's your turn, but so many ways can he make you falsely believe that, and you get struck for a hard counter hit to large damage. So he really does everything. He has high damage. He's a Shoto, so he's got the fireball, DP, a dragon kick, and he does a lot of damage. He has good frames. I mean, that dude's a monster.
Now, and you see, this is another thing I wanted to ask. For people that aren't familiar with Grand Blue, I'm noticing already we're seeing some weapons. You mentioned, the big back with the bad axe, So does everyone in this game have a weapon, or do people just come with straight hands?
So there's a couple characters that have straight hands.
Do the weapons make a difference?
I would say no, because the guy that does have the hands, Soris, he's one of the highest damaging characters in the game, right? He's in straight fisticuffs, and he's slapping. Now, I will say, I guess it does make a difference, because he's kind of trash. Andre, oh my goodness. So the wizard here, bro, he has so many spells at his disposal. He will keep you at bay. I doubt we're going to see that character. Vera, oh my goodness. So Vera, for everybody out there, that character right there on the left, she has two different forms. Her normal form, she's just a neutral base, regular little character. If she does land a command grab, or if she pops a super, she will go into her enhanced state, and now she has an air dash cancel. She starts to get a little freaky out there. Jita is like Gran, pretty much a rush down Shoto. I always liken her to Sakura from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, okay, I can see it. I get what you're saying. But as we get ready to get our players are already on stage. They're ready to go. So as soon as we get this game live, we're going to be jumping right in on this. And just a reminder, this is a grand final. It's a best of 5 is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
So yesterday it was all BO3s. Today is going to be best of 5. So these matches are going to be pretty intense, because you're going to be able to have multiple opportunities to try and make that comeback. And like we were seeing yesterday with games like Rocket League and Marvel Rivals, the comeback, little difficult. When we're talking FGCs, how important is momentum when you're on that main stage and you're in the BO5?
Oh, brother. I always tell people, man, you do not want to, as a ex-fighting game competitor myself, you don't want to go down in a set, because your nerves start to set in, and you realize if he already has your number to start, it's that much harder to adjust and overcome him to run back that set. So we have Beatrix versus Beelzebub here. Beelzebub is my main character. That's who I play for real. He's a zone-ish character with very long buttons. He does have a wake-up, so he's going to have to use that at some point to get Beatrix off of him, because when I talk about rush-down characters, she is one of the scariest when she gets on top of you. She has like 4 different options, a good mixed game and a good strike throw. High damage there. Nice neutral jump. Not going to get a full confirm. Good defense here from TX Pate. Going to try to find his way out of this corner. It's so hard because your strength is long buttons, but she has the buttons to stuff you, so you can't get out what you need to start your offense, especially in this corner game.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that corner trap was absolutely vicious. Blood Goddess controlling the entire round 1. Like, what do you have to do to get out of that corner? What does Beelzebub have in their kit to try and avoid this corner trap? Yet again, finally they come in with the down air, able to create a little bit of opening here. But my goodness, they almost fell for the corner trap again.
Very well done. He's finally getting his offense started. You see, look, so Beelzebub's a zony, kind of tricky character. His fireball game, look at that. He's going to use his ultimate portal pull. Boom. Oh, he could have got a full confirm off that. He does not confirm it all. Either way, there's some good solid damage. A nice lead here, goes for the low. No good. The low right back at him. Blood Goddess corner. Nice short combo. Gonna rip some pips off. In this game, if you have lower pips at the top, you see those? The more you're missing, the more damage you take when you're hit. Good wake up there. Gonna do the portal pull. That could have been a DP on the side of Blood Goddess. Wake up super! Yes, TX Bait.
What a round. And just like that, and again, we were talking about how momentum plays a role here, being that we saw TX Pate coming in off of a round 1 loss, did not let that phase them. They came correct the next time, didn't allow themselves to be corner trapped. They were able to come in with the overhead, create that space, and like you said, using Beelzebub as that zony character to try and keep the distance.
You create, he's weird. Like, you want to zone, but you also want to make your way in, because at distance he can't get large damage. He makes it hard. He frustrates you trying to make your way in, but when he finally gets a touch, he needs to be close to convert for big damage. He's not one of those zoners that can nice clash into the grab. Very well done from TX Pate.
And now you can see right now, it looks as though Blood God is trying to apply even more damage, but a great down block coming from TX Pate in order to avoid that damage, but they, again, just left themselves open for another combo, as here we are again in the corner trap.
Very well done. Just a nice little delay. Try to delay him into a 5S. A 5P, sorry about that. Nice little combo. Still has cooldowns, but short little auto combo into the super skybound art. Go ahead and hit him with that freezer ball.
I was thinking the exact same thing. My goodness, what a round. It was not done. They're still alive. Hold on, I thought that was done. I thought it was
my goodness.
There's a sliver of health for Blood Goddess, and yet they were still able to convert and get the round 2 dub. What a turnaround.
So, context of the closeout of that right there, right? Oh my goodness, they got back in there quick. All right, you know what? I'll leave my breakdown for later. Blood Goddess is going to take that one. Very lucky takeaway at the end right there. All right. So we got TX Pate finding a way out with the 2K. All right. Nice little conversion, double jab. So what we're getting is I think we're getting cooldown conservation here on the combo routes from Blood Goddess. We're not getting full extensions. Just spend a pimp there to just get a little bit more on top of that combo, but that's gonna make this combo hurt even more. You spend it immediately. Exactly. Rip that down. Now we're at 1 pimp left on the side of Blood Goddess, and that is, oh my goodness, the check on the teleport.
And again, that was great anticipation. You can tell they did their homework on this character. Blood Goddess knows who they are going up against. You can tell they had to fight Beelzebub before in the past. They knew that teleport, that TP, was going to be an issue, and they were able to read that and counterattack near flawlessly.
That's one of those things you have to take away from Beelzebub, because he's not safe off the teleport, right? He can't do that for free. That's why it's better to do on knockdowns. So if you see him doing that, you can either grab him or you can even land a strong medium up close and start a combo. Nice jump back, light punch.
And that's one thing that I'm learning about this game as I'm watching it, is the spacing. So important. Like you said, Beelzebub a little bit more range. And whereas Beatrix, they can apply the range, yeah, sure, but it's when they get up close and personal is where the real damage comes out.
Oh, that's a command grab right there, man. She lands that, and you are in trouble. It's hard to tell when she's going to get that one off, too. There's no telling sign that she's going to do that one or her regular grab. That's going to be a nice touch. Going into super. Nice light combo. Yes, rip it.
Couldn't have called it better myself. Get in there with the low combo, then rip it. GG's, go next. Round, set, game. And we're going to continue to move on. Keep in mind, this is a BO5 for the Grand Finals. Blood Goddess already has 1 dub on the board. Momentum, all in their favor. They are currently locked in.
Locked in for sure. Ooh, I think that was a spot dodge attempt, but they ended up getting the dash through. That's a free punish here. Nice combo here from TX Pate. Gonna back up, bait the DP. Oh, but it's the light one. The cooldown's coming back quick for Blood Goddess, so it's back on deck. Ooh, caught the landing frames. Very well done. Once again. Wake up super coming out here from TX Pate. That is going to be the first round here for TX Pate in game number 3.
And here we go, right back in it. Again, the hands wait for no one. We went immediately from game number 1 into game number 2, going right back now into the next round. And already, again, it looks like Beatrix could have fell for the corner trap, but they were able to get out. Again, it's that spacing, being able to create an opening. So that way now the roles are reversed, and now Beelzebub once again in that corner trap.
Nice way to find his way out of the corner. All right. back. Oh, made it over. I've tried to go for the heavy portal up close. That's not happening, Chief. If they see that at all, that's an easy interruption. Honestly, could have got a full combo. What? I have actually never seen that interaction. Ultimate hair whip. He's punished by crouch fierce, low profiling, smart play by Blood Goddess, but still getting tortured here in the mid screen. This is what I'm talking about. He's a very annoying character when he's getting his game plan off, but now locked down, ripping the super. This is not safe. Full combo here. No! But the dive kick will still seal the deal.
I was getting ready to say, that's one thing I noticed about Beelzebub is that they have a punishing overhead. Whether it just be a normal hit or if they, they soup it up a little bit, that overhead has been Beelzebub's opening for the longevity of this series so far. That's how they've been able to avoid the corner trap. That's how they were able to open up a lot of those ultimates, and that's how they were able to open up a lot of those big combos for that big damage. Like you said, they keep them at bay, they zone it out, but as soon as that overhead becomes available, they just pounce on it. TX Pate able to tie things up against the Blood Goddess, now 1-1 in this BO5.
1-1, 1-1. It was looking... Oh, we're getting Lucilius out here. This is one of my other mains. You know what? See, I play popular characters. I see. Nice combo route there. He goes straight into a restand. It's a nice little light flip out. But finding his way out quickly, TX Pate. Back in the nooch.
Okay, now hold on a second. Am I just misinterpreting this, or is Lucilius representing Roanoa Zoro's three-sword style?
That is hilarious. I mean, you know what? You might be right. I ain't gonna lie. You might be right. Nice dive kick. Caught his teleport, right? That was teleport for teleport. Able to catch him out of the skies. Nice spot dodge there. Not gonna let him hit. That move is actually unblockable. The ultimate portal, you cannot block that. You have to spot dodge it. So if you get caught in the air with it, that's where a lot of people like to catch it. I use it as an anti-air. It's a guarantee. This is a lockdown right here. Could have gone for a mix. Went for the jump in into the lockdown, close heavy. Beautiful, beautiful stuff here from Blood Goddess.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm seeing a lot more give and go on the space. So I got to ask, we already talked about Beelzebub being that zoning type of character. Lucilius, are they kind of in the same ballpark? Because it looks like they got a little bit of range themselves.
Lucilius has range, but he is for sure a frame trap rushdown character. That he wants to be close. He does not want to stay at bay. His only fireball really is the sword throws. But if you notice, if you look at I don't know how to describe it to everybody. It's hard to say, but if he utilizes those swords, he loses some of his normals. So if you throw that fireball, it's going to go on cooldown, and you're going to lose some of your normal range. So it's tricky to use this character. Spending here, I don't know about that. You're not going to be able to get the kill, but you do have a strike throw situation here. Double jab. Nice patience from TX Pate. Nice wake up from TX Pate.
Not done yet. Looking for the opening there. And once again, you were talking about the control of the midfield here. That's where a lot of the exchanges are being made. And now another big command grab is going to be the end of the round. What a heads-up reaction there. Again, we got to see the command grab a lot coming from Blood Goddess, and they were able to actually combo into the command grab. And that was literally one of, I think, the Achilles heels that we saw, coming from TX Pate there towards the end. They just kept getting locked in on the command grab.
Yeah. One of those, so the way Lucilius goes, so there's one teleport, the light version of that teleport just pops up right in your face. Not safe, but it's still useful for wake-up situations. The medium one, he pops up, does a chest bump, he can hit you and bounce you off the wall if it's a counter hit. The third one, the heavy, is the one that we saw to close out there. That one pops up from the sky, can be anti-aired, but if you have to block it, it's safe. I mean, it's plus. So it's guaranteed his turn after you block that, or it can go into a combo if it lands. And what happened, that was beautiful. Drop down, kept the plus, micro step grab, close the game. That's a bread and butter situation that you're going to end up in when you fight against Lucilius, and you just have to be ready because the grab's coming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I got to say, that was a fantastic way to start things off for our FGC day. I mean, again, we got to see, personally, probably, that's a tough act to follow is what I'm getting to. Yeah. Like, they have set the bar for the rest of the day. Like, I was not expecting to get all this smoke and all this fire off of just the first game of the day.
For sure. Check me out, man. You can't tell me these characters are not cool, bro. My boy Bills is so swaggy, dog. Like, that super is so cool. But if you see that part right there, like this operates like most fighting games. that was a super skybound, right? But that doesn't kill because starting with a light and then going into the auto chain scales your finish of your combo heavily. I mean, very heavily. So you really want to start with heavies or something like that if you want to get maximum damage. This was a very good start. I think this started with the slide. Yeah, that's where you can get big damage, starting with a special move or something like that.
Yeah, and then the Blood Goddess, again, kudos to Blood Goddess being able to kind of go back in their back pocket and pull out Lucilius because, again, they were playing on Beatrix. They were able to get the Game 1 dub, and then as soon as they kind of feel themselves slip a little bit, Beelzebub able to come and answer back with a win of their own, they were like, okay, they found the answer. They know Beatrix. They're able to counterplay. Now I got to reach into my back pocket, pick out somebody else. So, again, having that extra character in your back pocket can definitely make a huge change. I mean, look at what we saw coming from Lucilius. Again, a little bit of a different play style than Beatrix, and they were able to capitalize on that and then come correct the next game. Again, I love that heads-up awareness of being able to know when someone has you figured out, when someone has you calculated, you have got to come correct the next time around and change things up. You can't just do the same thing over and over. Agreed.
And one of the things that I've always vouched on, and there was a time in my analytics days that I did my own little test to a theory I had. The mathematics on switching after you're down 2 games rather than losing the 1 game, the mathematics was, I can't remember my exact math, but it was less than a 10% chance that you could win if you switched characters on final game. So watching Blood Goddess do that after losing 1 game and saying, all right, now I switch to my other character. The math on that is way higher. You give yourself a way higher chance. So I love to see that from somebody just not riding out that first character and just being like, you know what? Maybe I could still do this. Let me do it one more round. And now you put yourself in a bad situation, having to swap and not having time to get acclimated to your second character. So it was a beautiful swap.
Yeah, and then like you mentioned, again, just the heads-up awareness of being able to really counterattack. Again, we've seen that from Blood Goddesses that they knew what they were doing against Beelzebub. We talked about the teleportations. We talked about the TPs, how you can't get it for free. You're vulnerable. So being able to anticipate that in the combo, in the thick of the fight, and being able to counterplay it, to me, that's just great heads-up reactions. Either they practice it, and again, clearly they did. They're from the same school. So they knew what to expect.
Oh, yeah,
and it all played out on the screen here, on the main stage. So, again, that is just absolutely phenomenal. And just seeing how, to me at least, it looked like they were improving in real time on the stage.
1,000%. I think what's interesting to me is in that set we watched you switch from Beatrix. Now, granted, don't crucify me because I don't know. Anybody that's out there that knows this game to the T. I haven't played Grand Blue in probably about 6 months. So I don't know if there's a patch that changed everything. But Beatrix was top of the top tier. And Lucilius was super low tier. So in my mind, watching that happen, it was funny to watch the Beatrix switch and then watch Lucilius be the one to take it away. So it was like high tier loses, low tier wins.
Yeah, but with that being said, we have an interview set up with Blood Goddess on the stage, the winner of the Grand Finals. And Bordy McBoard, do us a favor and take it away.
Hey, we are here with the winner of the Grand Blue Grand Finals, none other than Blood Goddess. Blood Goddess, I have a question. It's the first game of the day, obviously very early. How did you feel coming into this game, knowing the fact that you were going to start off the matchup and start off the tournament today?
I was a little nervous because I've never really been to an event with this many people looking at me, and what's it called? Also, it being like my first big game of the day was it was a little stressful.
It was a little bit stressful, but obviously you had played against some of these opponents earlier, round robin style, so this wasn't the first time that you've gone against your opponent. How did you adjust from that first game to this grand final?
It got me used to being around this many people doing the round robin at the beginning.
And how were you able to secure the victory here today in order to make sure that you will hoist this trophy coming up soon?
After I lost that one game, I switched over to Lucilius and just played like I'd never played before.
Okay, well, go ahead and we're going to anoint yourself with the trophy. Give it up for Blood Goddess getting the first victory of today. Without further ado, I'm going to throw it back to our casters.
You see, I gotta admit, I'm gonna keep it completely 100 with you, Zip. I am so jealous of the awesome trophies and awards that we hand out. Like that fight box with the TechSef logo on it and everything. Also, it says Grand Blue on it. Like,
I know.
To have a
I
fight
know.
box with your game on it, I'm jealous. I wish I could compete and get something like that. I really do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's always been one of my favorite type of rewards for any FGC event, fighting game tournament, is getting a branded fight stick. I mean, you can't be mad at it. Even if you don't play stick, like it's still like such a cool memory to have, like that the artwork and all those things like that.
And I see, I actually have topics to pick your brain on later today. Again, because one of the big things in FGCs, and it don't get me wrong, it varies from game to game, but I want to talk about controllers versus fight boxes versus fight sticks. We're going to get into that as we continue on throughout the day because we still have plenty of FGC titles to go through. I mean, that was just day number 1. Well, not even day 1. This is day 2, but that was just game 1 of day 2. And coming up next, we're going to have the 2XKO Grand Finals. Now, this is a game that I actually am very interested in. Again, 2XKO. It's the League of Legends 2D platformer. Cannot wait to get into that. But in the meantime, take a look at what we have for the rest of the day, Zip.
Yep, we have 2XKO coming up next. Like you said, the League of Legends fighter. We have Tekken 8. Nothing need more be said. We have Guilty Gear Strive coming up after that. I'm definitely coming back to talk a little bit more about that. More anime fighters for your enjoyment pleasure. Street Fighter 6. Everyone knows about Street Fighter. I don't have to tell you about that one. Splatoon 3 and Madden 26 afterwards following up. And don't forget, at 7 p.m., the All-State Awards.
Now, I'm going to be looking forward to the awards because I want to know who, like I said, I want an award. don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure that I'm not nominated in any category, but like I said, the awards that they have been handing out have been absolutely awesome.
Yes.
They have been so cool. The belts, the fight box, they gave medals out 1 year. Again, I want to see what people are going to be holding up at the end of the day, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And not to mention, we're going to be having a plethora of just great games coming our way. I mean, look what we got treated to game 1 already, just from Blood Goddess and from TX Pate. Such a great fight, the back and forth. There is still more to be had, and I think it's only going to get better.
They made me want to go sit down and play Grand Blue. Like I said, I haven't played in a while, and I think when I get home from here, I'm locking in. You guys did it. Thank you, TX Pate and Blood Goddess.
And you see, that's how you know that you're having a great tournament. That's how you know you're having a good fight. That's how you know you're at a great event, when you're watching the games on stream and you're thinking, okay, it's time for me to lock in. I got to get good.
Definitely. Are you going to lock in with me?
Oh, what? It depends. What are we locking in on? I could lock in on 2XKO, but for Grand Blue, I'll give it a try, but I already know I'm going to get smoked. I know, just from watching them play, I know that I do not have that particular dog in me, no.
You could. That game has simplified controls, right? Like, it's not like, well, yeah, like, it's like 2XKO. You know, you don't have to do all the inputs like on 2XKO. It's like forward in this button, and it'll do the special moves. That's how Grand Blue is.
Yeah, again, I really did enjoy that. Not to mention, because like we were saying, with the different type of play styles that there were, I think that's what intrigued me the most about Grand Blue. Like, if I was getting the Grand Blue, it's because I want to figure out my saws. Like, clearly Blood Goddess, again, able to switch up the play styles between Beatrix and Lucilius. You know, they were able to come with a lot of speed with Beatrix. Again, being able to initiate off the rip the corner trap.
Yeah.
Really love that type of play style. And like you were saying with Beelzebub, a lot of spacing, a lot of zoning, which I can appreciate, because when it comes to other FGCs, I do appreciate the zoning characters because it requires a lot of timing. It requires a lot of practice. You have to be concise when you're creating those openings with the zoning characters. So I want to know what my play style would be. So I completely agree. Like, don't get me wrong, I would get absolutely smoked, but I want to know, who would I be in Grand Blue?
It's so easy to play the characters. You can just kind of just be like, I'm gonna play that guy and this guy and this guy and that guy. You know, you would, if you played, I promise you'd play like 5 characters.
Yep. Well, we still have plenty of titles to get through today. Like we said, coming up next, we're going to have that grand final for 2XKO coming our way here at the TechSef Undisputed 2026 Texas State Championship. So do not go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have 2XKO ready for you right after this intermission.
My name is Bordy McBoard. Joining alongside me is a rep for iRacing right here, the table lead. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Yeah, so I'm Wesley. I've been a part of TechSef since late 2023.
Yes.
We initially started iRacing in 2023. Me and the commissioner, Mr. Rick Allen, started it. Very gracious, very happy that he was able to get me here and be a part of this. I definitely could not have done it without him. Right now you're at Lime Rock and the Ray F1600, so it's a lighter car. Think of it pretty much as like a super light go-kart.
A super light. A large go-kart. You know, even though it's a large go-kart, I'm still having some difficulties controlling this thing. Tell me, do you have any experience utilizing any of these things in real life?
Yes, I do. So I grew up being surrounded by dirt track as well as stock car racing. So I've had the opportunity to actually kind of do the reverse, where I had real life racing experience and turn that into sim experience. So taking real life seat time, being able to be in the actual car and being able to turn around, put that into sim time has helped me do that.
Not a lot of those, hopefully, in your life. Yeah. I was not only a high school racer, I was able to turn this high school sim racing into collegiate sim racing, being one of the first in the state of Texas to be a official collegiate iRacing athlete. So I am on scholarship with the Texas A&M University of Texarkana solely to drive the collegiate e-NASCAR drive, like stock cars. So I get to just sit there and turn left for a few hours instead of just going left and right. All left, no brakes, correct?
Yeah, all left, no brakes. Usually the throttle's all the way down, mash to the floor.
Yeah.
And you're just hoping that you can make the turn.
If you see me right here, I'm hoping I can make some of these turns. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes not as much. Tell me, how close is this to real life here? Because I feel like I'm having a difficult time. I can only imagine what it is when you're actually behind the cockpit.
Yeah, so I'll start off by saying iRacing as an application has been out since late August in 2008. So it's been around for quite a few years, more than 10 years, which is longer of a stable platform than most games that we've seen, right? I mean, Smash Bros. Lets out a game every few years, Tekken lets out a game every few years, and the old one kind of dies off, but not iRacing. iRacing is known as the most realistic sim racing platform in the world. There's hundreds of sim titles, but none has ever came close to touching iRacing. It is the most realistic application I have ever seen in my life. And there's real-life drivers, say Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Carson Hocevar, who just won at Talladega in the NASCAR Cup Series. Not even just them, but Lewis Hamilton in the Formula One, Lando Norris, and even Max Verstappen. All three of those Formula One drivers avidly use iRacing. So it's not only the most realistic, but it's also the most heavily relied upon. So many different manufacturers also use iRacing as a basis to help get a feel, get a gauge of the car. So say the track's too wet to drive on in real life. A lot of the times, yeah, you'll just hop in the sim, you'll take the virtual car out, your virtual wheel, and unlike real life where you would probably wreck a car, you can just hit the reset button, right, and just kind of go back to the pit lane like you were just doing.
Probably. Oh, you didn't have to call me out like that, huh?
Yeah, you'll have to avoid paying thousands of dollars to repair the car versus real life. If you just break an axle, overcooking it into the corner, you're going to have to spend quite an amount of money to replace that versus iRacing. You just hit that restart button, you get back in the sim, and now you're back to racing without much of a problem.
So I realistically would have totaled a lot of cars, basically, in our last couple seconds, unfortunately.
You would have totaled the car. You'd probably in the hospital with a few neck and back injuries, some whiplash, and maybe some broken wrists as well.
So thank goodness for iRacing, basically. Saving a lot of lives here, and basically saving my life, making sure I don't get behind the wheel at such egregious speeds. And you know what? Even though I've crashed a million times, time and time again, I'm still trying and I'm still getting up. It's part of that mentality that you talked about, right? Keep on going, keep on going. You never know where it might take you, right?
Hey, you finished the lap.
I finished the lap. Hey, and you know what? That's good enough for me. We're going to go ahead and end with a bang, unfortunately.
That's a celebratory bang.
A celebratory bang at that. Thank you so much much for
Absolutely.
the interview, and thank you so much for the advice. I hope I did an okay job at it.
Next interviewee coming up. We got another twofer. All right. We're going to start here. What's your name, good sir?
Lake Travis ISD. My name is Jackson King, Lake Travis ISD.
Lake Travis. What's it like living in Lake Travis?
Oh man, it's beautiful, man. I love it there.
Right on. Wait, Lake Travis, that's outside of Austin, yeah?
Yeah, just outside.
I'm an Austinite myself, yeah, so I know what you guys are talking about. Over where the rich people live. I got you. All right, so what game do you guys play?
We play Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals, okay.
Yes, sir. Marvel Rivals, same here.
What character do you main and what do you do for your team?
So I'm a Groot. I'm a tank, so I'm the main tank. So I'm gonna go and like protect all my boys.
Okay, gotcha. What about yourself?
I'm a Daredevil OTP. I only play Daredevil.
Only Daredevil?
Yeah, the only character I play.
That's mad corny, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, so, okay. Before Daredevil came out, who did you play before that?
Daredevil.
How did you play Daredevil when he wasn't out?
I didn't play the game. It was only Daredevil.
Oh, okay, I got you. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a Groot one trick pony. Please do not ban Groot. Everyone out there, do not ban Groot. Okay, I will not be able to play anything else. Yeah, zoom in. Do not ban Groot, please.
Okay, so first off, I think he's lying. I feel like he has another character. And second off, if he doesn't, I think it was a bad idea for them to do the interview because they both just gave away their secret sauce. All right, guys, we're going to go to our next post. Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. What's going on, everybody? I am here with a special guest. We have the champion from last year, Capcom, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Right on. So, you said that you guys just finished with pool play for Street Fighter 6, correct?
Yeah, we did.
How was your run?
It was pretty good. I went against a lot of good opponents that are playing a lot of controls, which I'm definitely glad of because I want people to get into these games, especially because Street Fighter 6 is a very volatile game at a high level, but I'm glad they're able to find my place level in the better.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think that Mario controls is sometimes at the highest level, it's kind of like, you know Chris G.
Yeah, I saw him with Chun-Li beat Punk on Grand Finals. One button super is definitely pretty much.
It is, right? But there's certain ways to kind of make it. What's going on, Valditori?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Are you're one of the Rivals players, yeah?
Sir,
We were watching that game earlier together.
it was a great game. Very exciting.
Are you going to be able to handle that whenever you guys have to play them?
Oh, yeah. I look forward to playing already. I've been very excited, but we're pool 8, so we waited a very long time.
Have you guys been able to get any warm-ups to keep yourself hot and ready to play?
No, not since last week before we traveled over here, but we're ready. We're definitely ready.
I love that. I love how confident everybody we've talked to is. You have to have that kind of confidence to go into the games and do things. So now I know you're the valedictorian, right? But on your team, are you the captain?
No, one of our other guys is the captain, but I help him coach out with he's the salutatorian is our captain of our team. But yeah, we both help each other out, and we have great coordination with our team. And we look forward to playing.
What role do you play for your team?
DPS. I'm the main DPS player.
Oh, that's that hard carry stuff. I love that. Good stuff. What's your main DPS?
My main DPS, wow. I have like 20 lords. Yeah, I have like 20 lords. You know, I like playing the game. It's really fun. So, I flex every role.
Flex every role. That's what you need from your valedictorian, right? You need him to be able to do everything to bring it home for the squad. As a squad, y'all, we're going to do this. All y'all are all the same team, right? On the count of 3, I want y'all to yell y'all's team name. All right? 1, 2, 3.
To experience just exactly what is happening here on the floor, obviously you see the action that's happening up on the stage. Plenty of games happening on the main stage, but off the main stage, there's still plenty of events and plenty of action here. So let's walk through and see just exactly what else we're missing here, or what else is happening here that you at home won't be able to see, at least immediately, but maybe if you come in the future, you can see. Let's walk through and see. Obviously, as we walk through, our first thing that we see are Fortnite cameras, right? Obviously, some of these gamers practicing their dance moves, their emo reels, obviously you have to flex. But also, too, cranking 90s, getting and making sure that they're getting everything that they need in order to make sure that they crush it in Fortnite. That's coming up a little bit later in action. Right here, you're seeing live gameplay, right? Spectators happening. I believe this is practice that's happening. Look at this right here. Formation of walls going crazy. As you see right there, live match. About to see where that enemy is. Can't quite get to it. Let's see if they're able to get to it. Close damage, not quite. Walls being built all over the place. A battle of the wall building right now, bullseye. We'll see what happens. Victory is secure. Let's shout out Fortnite action. We're going to be seeing that on the main stage a little bit later on, but great job to those gamers. They're going ahead, cranking those 90s, and making sure that they're building the walls, finding those cubby holes, and getting to their opponents. We're seeing some more Fortnite action to the right. Everything that you're seeing right here is a Fortnite wall. Obviously, we're playing a lot more games than what can last in a Fortnite. A lot of Fortnite action. Excuse me as we make our way through this event center. Obviously, some gamers loading on up. Excuse me. Do you want to go ahead and say a word? It's okay if you say no, or do you want to say what's up? No, you're good? Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to somebody else. We do have, I'm sorry, you're a coach or you're a parent?
I'm a parent.
You're a parent, so obviously we're here enjoying the vibes. It's our first day of action. So far, what is your reaction to this massive event that we have so far?
Crazy.
Have you ever seen this many gamers in one space?
It's exciting.
Is this your first year here at Texas?
And a proud parent of a female player.
Oh, absolutely. How do you feel, obviously, supporting a woman gamer in such a male-dominated sport? How are you able to support her and make sure she can keep on going?
You have no clue how proud I am of her and of all the females that I see. There's not that many, but let me tell you, she can hold her weight. These guys.
She's in the state championship for a reason. As a woman gamer myself, I love to see players like your daughter shine, and I can't wait to see what she does.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Do you mind just saying your name and what school your daughter's representing?
Gloria Silvas, my daughter's representing Esports.
I appreciate your time. Obviously, there are plenty of proud parents and plenty of proud gamers here. Let's go over here. Of course, we have event sign up. Make sure that you're over here registering, making sure you're in the right space. Obviously, you qualify for a reason. You want to make sure that you're playing the games. Let's come on down here. Obviously, Fortnite to the left of us. We see some Smash to the right of us. So let's see if we can come through. Gamers setting up, practicing right here. And of course, we have a matchup going on right now. Melinda versus Terry Bogard. We're seeing some action, obviously, up smash action happening right here. Terry Bogard doing a great job getting out of dodge. I love to see two stocks versus one. Not sure if this is an active matchup or if this is some practice games, but either way, right now, one final stock on the right-hand side. Terry Bogard with two. Let's see Terry does some action, side B action. Over here, side smash. What's going to happen? Great counter right there. I'm here, director. Welcome on in to the Tex F Esports State Championship. I'm Bordy McBoard. That's Captain at Soka. And we are here for some 2XKO. Our FGC day continues on down. And we can't wait to get into our next bit and chomp at the action.
Now, see, I can't wait to get into some 2XKO because I got to tell you, for 2XKO, I came in, I was there for the alpha test, I was there for the beta test, and not to mention, I love my Riot games. Again, just a big fan, so I love seeing these League of Legends characters in a different light. These League of Legends characters are from a MOBA, you know, so it's like a different... It's a different atmosphere seeing them in a 2D fighter, getting ready to throw hands. Again, I'm very excited for this because I had a lot of fun during the beta. And if there's anything that I learned from playing this game is that this is a game you have to sweat. Like, this is not a game for the casuals. So, in other words, it's not a game for me. I am a filthy casual. So I had to learn, all right? I had to come correct for 2XKO.
Oh, you have to come correct. I feel like for all Riot games, you talk about sweating. Well, guess what? When it comes to the FGC land, you will be sweating when you look at this bracket, right? Of course, you have the moment in which we're getting to right here. We are in this grand finals activity in which we see SLIXF going against Amethyst, and you're seeing SLIX pathway to it, of course, in the quarterfinal, going against Skip Card, against Dizzy, going against Capcom Man, who is quite the fighter, until we find them there, until the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a reminder for the folks at home, the bracket reset is in play.
Yeah.
So right now, Slicks has the advantage because they have a 2-game advantage. Amethyst, in order to come away with the grand finals, has to beat Slicks twice. Slicks, all they need to do is come away with one series win in a BO5, and they will be your grand finals champions. But look at Amethyst on their way up. They fell into the lower bracket, 3-1 against Capcom Man, and then in the lower finals, was able to take the dub, get revenge, to fight their way into the grands. Amethyst clearly has that heart. They have the desire, and now they are on the stage in the grands going up against Slicks, who is currently in this bracket undefeated.
Slicks, I feel like, should be a little bit nervous considering the fact that Amethyst went down earlier in the competition, was able to rally itself back. You know, nothing is worse than going against an opponent that knows the resilience gene, right? Of course, you get knocked down, but you come back. In that loser's bracket, it can be easy to be like, you know what, I lost, let me hang it up, especially when you're going against a person that you lost against before. They came back, they rallied back, and because of that, you talked about that reset bracket, that bracket reset. It is definitely on the table. Slicks is going to want to get it done because he don't want Amethyst to get a little bit of inkling of control.
Nice, here we go. This is what I'm talking about because, again, a lot of things have changed since the days that I have played. We got a whole new lineup. Again, you can see that Amethyst is bringing Caitlyn to the party. For those that don't know, Caitlyn, a lot of range. They're the sniper in League of Legends. Let me rephrase. They're one of the snipers. Okay, and then now you're looking on the other side. You're looking at Slicks. They're bringing Vi, or V. I'm apologize to my League of Legends fans out there. I'm going to mispronounce names sometimes. But for anybody that was able to see the League of Legends Netflix show is going to recognize this character for sure, as we are well and underway, and already we got to see at least one reverse corner trap now as Slicks is trying to take control, but they get back down into the corner again. Great combo breaker coming from Slicks in order to create that space, and now here comes Warwick.
Warwick used to be my main back in the day, so I really love to see that. I think Akali is perfectly set up to be a fighting game character. You see it right here. Warwick special coming through, gets 7 hits, almost in danger zone right here for Akali. Warwick getting on the back edge, going back to Vi, and swinging them down. Akali out. Caitlyn's all Amethyst has left.
And here we go already, right off to the races, being able to get one to the dome piece and initiating early, trying to get another one, and there it will land, knocking out Vi. And now we're going to have Caitlyn v. Warwick.
Piltover's finest, unfortunately, ends up knocking out one another. Caitlyn, though, in the danger zone right now as Warwick is just bullying them in the corner. Warwick able to get into neutral. Oh, it is over. KO Amethyst winning the first one.
And you know what, I think, and again, I might be off base, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Warwick was like almost everybody's first main.
Yes,
that was
absolutely.
Everybody's first favorite character, and now you can see it was a great up hit coming out from the side of Amethyst to kind of open things up, looking to try and make a little bit of that initiation to start things off here in round 2, and using Caitlyn to try and create that space. Again, that's the sniper. They're going to be able to go full board with those sniper shots. And now Warwick has the corner trap locked in.
I've been seeing that combo a lot for Warwick, so that's something that Akali and Silks needs to actually snuff out. I've been seeing a reliance on that, and one thing you don't want to do in the fighting game community is over-rely on a certain combo. Look at Akali punishing right there, trying to get into it. Right now on the ropes is Warwick, but great blocking in order to make sure to mitigate that damage.
Yeah, now the corner trap back in play, going the other way this time. And a big break there coming from the side of Slicks as they continue to apply the pressure now, forcing that corner trap, able to reverse it in a great overhead in order to kind of open Vi up. And now Vi is going to suffer from a break of their own. Great juggle mid-air, keeping the combo alive, not dropping, constantly hitting the up airs, and now a big chunk of damage is gone off of Vi, and that should just about do it. I think that is enough for the limb. It most definitely is. They're able to answer back, and they come away with a round 2 dub.
How well timed. Trying to get that swap out in the nick of time, unfortunately, caught them tripping. Amethyst right now on the roll, and we talked about it. You don't want that bracket reset so far. Amethyst eyeing that. Really 2-0 lead so far. Slicks is going to have to recover and work out fast because you don't want that reset when you have Amethyst with so much momentum, especially with all these breaks that they're getting on a combo of their own.
Yep, and now here they are being able to come through what looks like at least a level 1 there, able to get off a nice little chunk of damage, about 24%. Warwick now back into the fight, able to create a little bit of opportunity here for Slicks. As now we're looking at a little bit of a stalemate here, trying to close the gap. A little bit too much space for Slicks, but they're able to close the gap with Vi.
Oh, yeah. I think they like this Vi with a Akali matchup right there. Going with the special, of course. Vi, a lot of room right there with that special. Last little bit of damage. Akali can't sub out. Now it's time for Piltover's finest to go against each other right here. A little bit too soon for comfort as Warwick subs in. But look at that. Vi getting a chunk of damage right there. Oh, my gosh. What a response.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Caitlyn's great support, but I'm wondering how can they hold their own, you know, without Akali. Into the danger we go. Again, trying to keep that distance. But, I mean, you look how you see the Warwick backing up, and now Vi getting substituted in order to close the gap and try and apply the damage. Big opening now coming from Caitlyn. Finds the down. And now looking to finish off Vi. Just barely a sliver of health remaining, and that will do it.
What a good job, both ranging them out and also getting that chunk damage right there. But Warwick has been on the roll. Look at that speed. Unfortunately, you have the special. It's lights out TKO. Look at Amethyst. Should be winning ahead and winning that first set.
Well, there you have it. A good back and forth to start things out. That is just game number 1 in this BO5. Still plenty of opportunity for both sides to try and come away with a win as we are wasting no time, no character swaps, going right into the next bout.
I like that, right? High intensity, going right back at it. I feel like either of these matchups, you know, Akali's been doing a lot of damage. If you're looking for Slicks, really it is really that Caitlyn on 5 matchup that's also got them in the corner, especially when you range them out, but going and swapping back to Warwick is a good strategy right there for Amethyst in response.
Yeah, and Akali has such a dangerous anti-air, and Warwick, again, love taking to the skies, but with Akali, with their aerial abilities, really able to take those openings, especially when they are able to land the anti-air, they can really take a big chunk of damage very quickly.
Yeah, you saw Slicks took a second to recover, to breathe, and it's looking that like deep breathing came through. Akali has not had a lot of good, really opportunity to go against Warwick, but look at this in the corner, trap him, cheesing him right there. Good job for Warwick to kind of clear some space, but that special comes through. Good block to make sure that does not end up hitting a target.
Yeah, and that's still a lot of opportunity here coming from Warwick. I mean, they have the level 2, well, actually now level 3 on deck, but they're going to swap out the Vi, who does have at least a level 2 meter in their back pocket to try and use it, but they get interrupted. Now, you can see Akali able to follow up, leaving Caitlyn there open for the shot, and a big forward throw should be enough to eliminate Vi, and now only Warwick remains for Amethyst.
Yeah, Warwick has gotten a lot of damage for Amethyst, but this time a little bit too late. We do have the special KO. Akali comes through. Slicks took a deep breath and went ahead and won this next match, but still 2 more to go before we tie up this series.
Yep, so far so good. They're definitely keeping it close. I mean, right now you can see that Slicks does have a dub, which means if they can win just one more round, we're going to have ourselves an even series. However, with that being said, still plenty of opportunities for Amethyst to try and find an opening. Great start to initiate things, and already half a health bar down off of Akali. That was a great opening coming from Slicks.
Yeah, Warwick really knows how to get that chunk damage right there, especially with his speed, especially when he's paired with his special. A lot of great combos, but Akali can come right back and be a combo breaker as well. With Akali trying to do some damage, well-timed blocking by Warwick, but it only lasts but so long. Talk about that juggling in the air. Warwick able to counter on in. Great job swapping in order to break that. Going to Caitlyn.
Yeah, now both breaks have been used. As you can see, the meter's starting to slowly build back up, but now both players have used their breaks, so they're not going to be able to put an end to any opening combo that happens to come through. Vi able to get them into the corner, and Amethyst comes through with the clutch dub over Akali, and now Caitlyn is going to have to feel some of these hands as we continue on nearly at elimination. Only 24% of their health remains as Warwick gets the tag in.
You know, Slicks really enjoyed that that matchup against Vi earlier, but this time can't get it done. Amethyst is eating them alive. Great job. That's why you always have to look out for somebody in that loser's bracket, especially someone who's able to bounce back.
And now here in game number 2, it is all even. The next dub is going to be able to take the win in the series. Vi opening things up huge. Again, that's the dangerous thing about Vi, is that they are heavy hitting. Warwick definitely bringing the speed as they're able to chain the combo, looking for the KO. Not going to be able to get it. Barely holding on Akali. Has to call in Caitlyn for the backline support. They're able to line up the shot. They get the opening, but Akali is eliminated in the crossfire.
And I feel like Akali has really been doing the chunk of damage, especially the chunk of juggling and also combos as well. You're hoping that you do have a little bit of a range situation if you're in Slicks, especially going against Warwick and Vi too. But a double team not looking very good right now for Caitlyn. Good blocking in order to survive that onslaught, but only doesn't but so much.
Yeah, Vi now able to hit their ult, looking to finish Caitlyn off here, comes through with the haymaker, and that not going to be enough to get the KO, but just barely holding on, as that should just about do it. There you have it. That is going to be Slicks coming through, tying up the series 1-1.
Yeah, well timed with your swapping outs right there, going ahead and allowing your character to finish off that combo, the swap out. You're controlling the other character, so basically you're double teaming them, jumping them, and unfortunately Caitlyn was caught in a really rocking a hard place, didn't have anywhere to go, couldn't do anything to escape out of that, so we're hoping that Slicks, back with Akali now, can try to get some combos going.
Yeah, and I misspoke. I got lost in the sauce. That everything happened so quickly. Amethyst was actually able to come away with a 2-0 lead. If they are able to get one more series win, they're going to get the bracket reset. But it just happened so fast. Again, being able to tag out so quickly between Vi and Warwick, you can easily get lost in the sauces. Now, Caitlyn able to juggle both. This is big damage. When you get caught in a scenario like this, when you're trying to do the tag, both characters are going to take damage simultaneously.
Yeah, Slicks has unfortunately, in these middle rounds, not been able to do that really good damage with Caitlyn. Came through right now in this matchup, but a good response right here from Vi with the grab, going into the special too. Unfortunately, though, great timing with that block in order to make sure to shut that down.
And now Akali out for the count, but Vi has a sliver of health. Gonna have to tag out Warwick here, looking to put an end to it. They do get the shot on Vi before they can swap out. That was a big play coming from Slicks as they try and salvage this series.
Slicks going ahead and unfortunately in a danger zone. We have seen Warwick string together that combo into the special. Luckily for them, it only ended up with the special. No combo before that, so they're still alive in the danger zone right now with Amethyst. Great combo with Caitlyn. A great response from Slicks right there.
And there you go. That was a great start for Slicks here in game number 3. Keep in mind, they're kind of on their back foot here, in at least in the upper finals. Don't get me wrong, Slicks still has the bracket reset in play. So even if they do go down another match, they still have another opportunity in the lower final. The bracket reset is in play. Amethyst has to win twice. So even if Slicks goes down in this series, it is not over for them.
Yeah, Slicks in a bit of an interesting situation, obviously on the back foot right now, starting off in the grand finals, but does have a little bit of room to play with. Akali going ahead and playing with this move right there. You talk about that aerial juggling, doing that right there. Now in the corner, try to break away from it, but Vi is out for the count. Warwick, time to shine, which honestly has been doing very good against this Akali matchup, but so far not so good for Warwick.
And now you can see the corner trap in play. Great back throw coming from the Warwick in order to change things up, forcing Akali to come through with the level 3, and it will land. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to KO, but it's going to apply a lot of damage. Not quite enough to KO, but still putting them awfully close.
Awfully close, and now down for the count. Slicks is able to get one to go. Amethyst again. You have to realize that even though they went up 2, they're in a bracket reset situation, so they're working from behind. If you're Amethyst, you want to get this done now and not get any momentum going Slicks' way.
And this is why having Caitlyn on the back end is so tricky, because again, they even in League of Legends, they're a support. So being able to come through, well, in ADS. Again, League of Legends technology, League of Legends terminology, forgive me, I apologize. But you understand what I'm saying. They're able to buff their teammates, they're able to apply that cover fire. Again, they're definitely a great number 2 player in this composition as they continue on. And now finding these little openings by utilizing Caitlyn just to try and, you know, again, initiate the opening so that way we could see Akali come through with big major combos. But right now they're looking a little worse for wear, but they still have the break in play.
Akali on a sliver of health right here. Good switch out to Caitlyn to make sure he can come through. Caitlyn getting the range and Akali getting the juggle and trying to finish off Warwick. Luckily, if they're able to do it in time of just right, they can knock them out. They just exactly do. Now it's down to Vi and Caitlyn.
Yep, Caitlyn now able to get the up air, able to juggle for a little bit. They throw out some of that utility, and this is why Caitlyn is such a danger, because they are such a great zoner. Able to find an opening now, looking for that at least a level 1 special in order to apply that damage. Now, just a little bit of chunk of change left for Vi as they come in with a level 1 special of their own. But hold the phone, watch out. That meter is still building, and not only that, but Slicks still has a level 2 in their back pocket, and they're not going to need it. They use the utility to chip at that last remaining bit of health from the Vi, and just like that, Slicks is now back in the conversation.
Well, Slicks knew that they had the ranging advantage, right? So obviously, when you're going against Vi is a close range player, right? So if you can zone them out, not only to get that utility off, which they did in order to close out the game too, but also just to chip away if they're blocking as well. Great play by Slicks in order to realize the situation in which they are. They didn't need to go into the nitty-gritty, because if you do, then Vi will do this right here in the corner, lockdown, smackdown, 25% of your health gone just like that.
And that's where you really got to come through with the overhead from Akali. Again, they so far on the side of Amethyst, they've been really good at predicting a lot of these combos, and now they're starting to somewhat dial up of what to expect from Caitlyn. But it's when you are focusing on Caitlyn coming in with the support, or rather with the opener, that's when Akali needs to come down with the overhead. And so far, we see Slicks has been able to call it out perfectly.
Oh, look at that, going ahead and making sure to time that hit just right to ruin the special by Warwick. Excellent play right here, excellent response from Slicks. Can go ahead and tie up this series if they continue their onslaught. Warwick gonna have to go for it, but a well-timed special to close it on out. Slicks on a comeback right now.
Yeah, that was a big level 3 in order to secure the KO, and that is a game for dub. Tied the series now 2-2. If Slicks can secure this dub, there will be no bracket reset. However, if Amethyst is able to secure the dub, then we have another series on our hands.
You have to realize that both of these gamers know each other's games quite well. They're both from the same school, Science Academy. Science Academy produces some great esports players, particularly in the fighting game community. right now. They both know each other's bluff. Unfortunately for Amethyst, they do have to win this one in order to bracket reset, so they have still so much to go. Slick can close this off right here, and it looks like they're going for Blunt 5, going ahead, knocking off 25%, honestly 50% of both of Slick's characters.
And you know what? This is really good heads-up play coming from Slicks, because for the longevity of this series, they've been leading the way with Akali, but now they're bringing Caitlyn in to lead the way, and it has created some massive openings to take advantage of. Again, that switch from the playstyles of leading with Akali to now bringing Caitlyn into the mix has really led to a good bit of success, but now it looks as though Amethyst is starting to catch on as they are able to secure the KO on Caitlyn.
Yeah, but you still have Akali to go through too, and this can go either way when you look at it. Slicks has been able to damage Warwick quite well, and if you're playing close range and you're playing with speed, guess what? Akali can keep up right there, especially in the jungle roam. Look at them going ahead. Great combo right there, 24 hits, and get about a good third of Warwick's health and more.
And not only that, but I'm watching meters here. They both have a level 2. I think Akali can end it right here if they do decide to call in that level 2, but they're not going to need it. They're going to take the KO and take the round 1 dub here in Game 5.
Slicks only needs one more victory in order to close this grand finals out. Will Amethyst clutch up and respond, or will Slicks go ahead and hoist this trophy?
Well, only time will tell. As you can see the clock now ticking down here in what could be the last game of the series and of the tournament here for 2XKO. Taking their time. Slicks leaves themselves open. Warwick now able to follow up with the up air into the down. Looking for the back throw, finds it, and now here comes Vi. Not able to keep it. Unfortunately, they dropped the combo, and now Caitlyn's going to take a turn.
Amethyst have been having some really well-timed dropouts right here, allowing one of their characters, their primary character, to finish out the combo, bringing in the other one. But what you don't like to see right there is an ill-timed swap out in which both of your characters are getting massive damage from from Caitlyn. Look at that, 2-for-1 special. Look what that Ignite game does to you. Unfortunately, can't get it done.
And not only that, but that ult right there was intercepted by Akali, and I'd hate to call it early, but I think that's just going to about do it. The level 3 meter coming through from Slicks will get them the KO and will get them. No, it doesn't confirm. There's still a sliver of health. That'll do it. Slicks comes away with the grand finals here for 2XKO. The reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep indeed, Cap. It looked like Amethyst was going to go ahead and approach the bracket reset. Unfortunately, though, for Amethyst, Slicks had a lot of room to play with in their back pocket. I don't know if you noticed, in between the games, they looked up, they took a breath, they got focused, and they regathered themselves. Playing to their tunes, right? Obviously, Caitlyn can zone you out, made sure to step away, especially because they knew that Warwick and also Vi like to get close up in their grill, but also use the Akali to use that juggle game and make sure they can hold Amethyst off, secure that victory.
Yeah, and that was such a great series there just to end things off, because it was really coming down to the wire. Amethyst had an early 2-0 lead. They were on the cusp of getting the sweep and getting the bracket reset. Slicks had really no option but to go for the reverse sweep. They go and get 3 unanswered wins back to back to back, and not to mention they didn't even need to go back to character selection screen. Normally when you're going like down 2-0, that's when you really start to ponder, do I need to switch out a character? Do I need to find somebody else? But you hear me say this all the time in Smash. You're going to hear me say it a lot throughout esports. You have to stick with your best. Comfort picks over everything.
Absolutely, and as we go and approach the highlights, you have to understand that both of these teams come from the same school, Science Academy of the South. They're used to playing against each other, probably used to playing against each other in these very same characters, and early on you saw Amethyst take advantage of the fact that both of these players that they had, both Vi and Warwick, like to get into the nitty-gritty, close hands combat. Although Akali was able to make some noise, for the most part, Amethyst took control, early control with the close range game.
Yeah, and I got to say, the way that they were able to play Caitlyn was nothing short of impressive because, again, they do have those zoner abilities, being able to not only be a threat from long range, but also you got to look at the util they were throwing down. And for the longevity of the series, they were leading the way with Akali. They went down 2-0, and then they swapped it up. They started utilizing Caitlyn more instead of just having that support, instead of just relying on Caitlyn for the break or even just to keep the combos alive. Instead, they led the charge with Caitlyn going into round 3, and they were able to utilize Akali after Caitlyn was able to come in with the opener.
It was understanding the fact that Caitlyn had the range in the zone, right? Unfortunately, what was it? I think it was like midway through the second. They had some headwind with Caitlyn, but unfortunately, they weren't really able to get some momentum really until the end of the game. Really blocking out, timing those Warwick specials, making sure that they were able to either block it or knock it out at the perfect time before they ended up really accentuating them, getting those combos. And once you get to those combos, it can cause some trouble. Luckily, they were able to come through and get the victory. Speaking of victory, we're going to throw it to the victors. Zip Master Flex, go ahead and take it away.
What's going on, everybody? We have our first and second place for 2XKO. Give it up for SciTech having 2 of their players on the stage. All right. So we have Slicks over here with the dub. We have Amethyst with the second place. You guys played phenomenal. How long have you guys been playing this game? Let's start with you.
I think I've been playing the game ever since it came out because one of my teachers, Mr. M, shout out to Mr. M, he gave us the code for the beta, and ever since I played it, I really liked the game because I felt like the art style was really good, and I was a really big fan of the handshake tag thingy, all of the tag. I'm a really big fan of the tag fighters, so it just piqued my interest.
Sure. What about yourself?
Basically the same story. I had just come off the heels of playing Street Fighter, and I had gotten a little fatigued. So then I picked up 2XKO, and I immediately fell in love. I love faster paced fighters, so that was immediately what I gravitated towards. I picked up Vi. I was playing the Rushdown, and the rest is history.
Right on. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. So how do you guys feel having to go against each other in the finals? I mean, you just told me that you wanted to play as a duo, but you guys had to team kill essentially. How do you guys feel about that?
It was actually really funny to me because we went as solos to allow for more people in the bracket. So it was just really funny to me how the grand finals is just the duo was just broken up.
It was also funny to me because we play casuals all the time. We know each other's matchups the back of our hand. So, but we normally don't play so seriously. So this was the first time we've ever played really, really seriously against each other. So it was super fun. I enjoyed it. It was a blast. Even though I didn't win, it was great sets all around. So I enjoyed it.
Right on, right on. All right, we are going to go ahead and present the trophy. We got Mr. Patrick here. Hold it up, yeah. 2XKO champion Slicks. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. That is your 2XKO champion, first and second place, guys. Y'all have a wonderful one, guys. Y'all go ahead and head down, and we're going back to the casters.
Obviously, what a great job by both of these players, both representing Science Academy. What a good job, 2XKO winner going to none other than Slicks F.
I mean, again, well-deserved, well-fought. And not only that, but they finished out the entire tournament undefeated, taking their dub all the way from game 1 in the upper bracket all the way to the grands without dropping a game, without dropping to the lowers. Truly a phenomenal performance. But with that being said, that is only the second game of the day. We still have much more to go through, Bordy.
Yeah, you're talking about grand. We're having a grand time here because coming up we have plenty more fighting games to come. In fact, I hope you're ready to get your fisticuffs ready. Tekken 8 Grand Finals coming up soon. Bordy McBoard, Captain Atsoka. We'll see ya after the break.
All right, howdy. Welcome to our 2026 state championship. My name is Patrick Neff. This is Isaac. We are with TechSef, and we are so excited to welcome you all to this event. It is awesome to see the best of the best from all over the state of Texas coming in to Baylor's Herd Center and putting on kind of a clinic of what Texas can really put out there. We've got 17 titles.
That's right.
That are all going to have a crowned champion. We have the best of the best from North, South, East, and West Texas. I think I saw some Lubbock players just right over to my left. But we are so excited. We could not do this without our sponsors, so thank you to them. Isaac, you want to say something?
Yeah, it's just been really great to see all of these teams out here. I've seen plenty of teams who are coming in here with great records, who are super, super hyped to be competitive today. We're doing pool play today, so we're going to see who the very top of the top are. We're going to cut our brackets in half by the end of today, and then tomorrow we get to find out who is going to go to that grand championship and going to come up on this stage for all of you guys to view and see all of their excellent talent. And I've just been so, so excited for this event all year because I have teams at home who are now here who are competing. I know plenty of my friends, plenty of my esports coworkers and peers who have been up here, who have been working very, very hard. They're super, super dedicated, and I couldn't be more happy with the way things are going right now.
So once again, thank you all so much for being here, especially to our sponsors, to our parents who put in the time and effort to make this happen. So one more time, let's hear it for our competitors here at the state championships.
Yes, sir.
And thank you, Zip.
Hey, one time, before you leave the stage with me, you guys said who's going to be crowned the champion. No, it's the undisputed champion, right? So on the count of three, we're going to undisputed champions. 1, 2, 3.
Undisputed champion.
Right on, right on. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, right here. My name is Border McBoard, back with some interviews with some parents, obviously here with Nicole, but I have somebody very special to talk to right here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Nadia from Abernathy, watching our kids.
Watching your kids, obviously, esports is such a growing sport, and you've seen a lot of these competitors here get scholarships. What's some of the things that you have seen in your child that made you inspire to support them in the esports world?
I don't know. It's new to our school. We're just in the second year of it, so the kids just showed interest in it, and then the first year that we had it, they ended up here. And so we're back again this year. So just whatever our kids do, we just support. So it's really new to us. So
and I like that too. It is new, but obviously sometimes some parents can have a little bit of abrasiveness when it comes to the video game aspect of it all. Be honest, right? When your kid said, "Hey, I'd like to be a part of a video game club," what were your reactions and how did you feel about it initially?
Well, I don't know because I didn't really know what to expect. Like I said, it was new last year, but they, I mean, whatever they want to do, we supported them. So I didn't know it was like this though, but yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, you didn't know it would be like this at all. What are your expectations? And now that you're seeing how big and vast it is, what are your expectations going forward in the future?
I hope they keep coming out here. So yeah, it's amazing. We like it. We go back and we tell our hotel that it's really something to come and watch and support. So
now, growing up, you hear a lot about video games. Get off your controller, this, etc. What is your reaction to knowing the fact that not only do you get obviously a support from all of your friends, there are plenty of friend groups here supporting on your kid or being a part of your kid's team, but also too scholarships are on the docket as well. Did your reaction change when it came to supporting esports when you heard about all the opportunities that come with it?
Oh yeah, it did. I was like, keep playing, just go practice, keep playing.
Those student loans can really get to you, can't they?
Right, yeah, we're excited. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I mean, at least, they tried. But yeah, I used to be like, get off, that's enough. But now I'm just keep playing.
And what are those things that changed, not only, of course, knowing about the scholarship, but also what are things that you noticed in your kid yourself when they joined this esports club that changed in their character, the way that they addressed sports, the way that they addressed themselves, the way that they got support in your team? What are some changes you saw from your kid?
Well, I mean, I think, they're competitive anyway, and they do a lot of different sports. But, I mean, when it came to this one, we just kept supporting them. I mean, they just try and everything they do. So we're here to support both of them. So, all four. So there's 4 of them here.
Oh, so shout out to all 4 of them, obviously, as well. Nicole, I'm sorry, try to get you in as well. What's your reaction to seeing this big event here on this stage? Tons of gamers, not only just within your circle, but obviously, too, there are teams on top of teams here. What's your reaction to seeing this big crowd?
I mean, it's really exciting just to come out here from our small town to come out here and see something so big that we're normally not used to. It's just exciting and fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at the future opportunities to esports, be honest, did you see this happening from things like just playing video games?
No, not at all. But now that it is, we're just like, yes, keep playing. We support them in everything that they do.
What's one thing, and I want to ask both of you guys this, what's one thing that you hope, or one bit of advice you'd like to give to parents later on in ways that they can support their kid through their esports journey, things that you've learned and want to share and impart on the next generation of parents?
Just letting them do it. Normally it was like, get off the game, but now that we've learned so much more, it's like, yes, go practice, go play. You want to have a Fortnite party, let's do it. So just really supporting them, yeah.
And what's one bit of advice that you would like to give to the next generation of parents here? Some words of advice or wisdom you'd like to impart?
Just let them do it. Just let them do it. Come support them and be here. That's it.
Well, guess what? It's been a very supportive interview. I love the love, and I know you guys were a little nervous, but you knocked it out the park. My name is Bordy McBoard. We'll get ready to talk a little bit with some more parents or other students later on in the future. Thank you guys both for supporting. More to come soon.
That portal was, I seriously, that last fight was going on. I'm watching the olds go old for old, and then I saw, who was the last one holding on point for you guys?
I think it was Starlord. Starlord, yeah, it was Starlord.
Okay, yep, the Starlord was the last one on point. I turned around to the guys behind me, and I was like, it's over. I said, we're going into game number 3. And then I turned back around. Your whole team's on the point going crazy, bonanza. Oh, my gosh. So, that was phenomenal. I mean, how often have you gotten a play like that on?
Honestly, not much really. Like last second TPs are hard, and sometimes I don't do it fast enough and don't have the ult at the same time, so sometimes it just doesn't work. And then sometimes my team's not even there. They're all running forward.
That's 1,000%. So who, outside of the giant play you hit, I heard your comms, who do you guys say was the MVP of your team throughout that whole thing?
Man, I'm not going to lie. Who? Yeah, that guy right there. That's that Starlord right there. I'm not going to lie to you. Every single one of our games he plays, he carries. I can't. Every time. Gets MVP, whether it's Moon Knight, Starlord, he's so good. I appreciate him as a teammate. That's really all I got to say is he's amazing.
The DPS hard carry. I love it. I love it. Not hard carry because y'all were all gaming, every one of you, even the opposing team. But last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, on the opposing team, you guys were getting pressured very, very hard by the group. How did you guys feel, and what do you guys think you changed that allowed you to come back and get in that game?
So I think what we changed is that I saw back to Strange. You saw me go Bucky. I was Bucky for a sec. Me going back because I was trying to focus the flyers. It wasn't working, so I just swapped back to what I was good at. I think that's what really helped us.
Me, honestly, I saw that Cap. He's not really good against flyers. I went Magneto, someone who could poke, because if I just stayed melee, it wasn't working at the start. And I mean, I think that's what my switch was. Honestly, it was really good.
Yeah, because they had the Johnny and the Iron Man to start off. So good swaps, good play, beautiful stuff, guys. Thank you so much, and we will be looking forward to the rest of y'all's run in this tournament. With that being said, we're going to a quick intermission, guys. What's going on, guys? We have our winning team up here. Guys, give them your names. Give them your name.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Vinay.
Ethan and Vinay over here with the dub for Clear Lake. That was beautiful gaming. I was talking to you just now about that Thor gameplay. Man, how did you feel getting pushed onto the Thor because they banned your Venom?
I mean, it felt all right. I just...
this exposes fraudulent players who one trick pony, one champion only. Like this forces you to have a bigger pool. You shouldn't be a pro player based on the fact that you're a one trick pony. You should be a pro player based on the fact that you have.
It also just makes pro players more fun to watch. Now you guys have other things playing. That sounds like.
I'm so fucking tired of seeing Azir Corky every 2 rounds, man. He should not be this every single. No, I don't know. I fucking hate LCS now. It's so bad. The skill level has not been great.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna try to go to the bar.
I went to SF.
Dude, that was a great grand final.
Dude, I went to the one where Taker lost, so it's just like, oh no.
Oh, DRX, yeah. But that was still a good one though. It was one of the best grand finals ever.
I just like I was like 5 games. I wanted an Elvis, I wanted a 4.
Dude, the Bears with the Bruno was nasty. Even though they lost, it was still great.
I felt so good for them. I might have been
mic on.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Texas Undisputed Esports High School State Championships right here in Waco, Texas at Baylor University, brought to you by Texas Army National Guard, powered by Landfest. I am the Pretty Boy Jackal, brought here with my partner in crime, Captain Ahsoka. How you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. Again, we've had a great day so far. Again, it's been an absolute slugfest. We were able to start things out off the rip with Grand Blue. Again, that was an amazing first match just to get it started. You know, that was the appetizer. And then we were able to get into 2XKO, nearly got the bracket reset, which would have been an absolute doozy. But now, here we go. It's getting into the nitty-gritty. We are coming now into the grand finals for Tekken. We're going to have Enemy Jr. taking on Seraphim.
All right, yeah, and I'm definitely excited because this is the inaugural year for Tekken 8 at TechSep as well. So this is a very, very exciting time. We got a lot of new games today, and you know, it's just great to see the young talent that's going ahead and going to be showcased today. So, I mean, obviously, those of you that have been with us in the prior years have seen some of the greats like Capcom Man, King Jones, and all of them. So I'm definitely very excited to see what happens here with the Tekken 8 gameplay, so to speak. And remember, folks, this is for grand finals, so it is a double elimination style bracket, best of 5, and it will take not 1 but 2 tries for the loser to be able to take the full title and walk away with the championship as well. And you know, they had to fight their way through a whole bracket, right, to get to this point. So definitely no slouches here, right, because you had to definitely make it happen just to get to this point.
Oh, absolutely. Every single player here is definitely worth their salt. They had to go through the trials and tribulations. Even in our last matchup for the Grands at 2KO, Amethyst had to work their way through the lower finals just to make it to Grand. So definitely every single player here has had to go through trials and tribulations just to make it to the Grands. And here we are now. I gotta pick your brain. I know you're the Tekken aficionado. What are we thinking of the character picks coming into this one? First of all, can we not shout out the Leon Kennedy fit on Jin here? Like, what? Give us the breakdown.
Listen, Namco absolutely understands the assignment when it comes to the customers for sure. We got Anna Williams facing up against Jin. You know, some very classic Tekken choices here. Anna, definitely a heavy mix-up character, as you can see there from the slide. Jin, you know, I wouldn't go as far as to say they're a shadow of their former self in terms of the current iteration of the game. But Jin definitely can get the job done. As you can see here from Seraphim, get some nice damage going, good stuff here. Heat on board for both characters, as we're going to go ahead and heat dash. We're going to burn that for Seraphim. Next hit will do it, but gets the block. Could have gotten a launch punish off of that, but Seraphim going to go ahead and take round number 1.
And then there we go. And that's the thing about Tekken is because unlike the other fighters that we have seen today, this is a 3D fighter. You know, there's a lot more area to cover. There's a lot more opportunities to land a strike, to find an opening, and to deal a lot of damage. The fighters that we have been coming have all been 2D. They're coming from one way or the other. Here, in a 3D fighter like Tekken, I think it really does separate them from a lot of other FGC titles.
Yeah, 1,000%. You know, the third dimension, as Texas Steve likes to call it, right? So here we go, Seraphim with the early lead, but Enemy is going to go ahead and get a nice lead here. He's going to go ahead and try to push him to the wall, but drops the combo, gets another launch. He is on the table, so we're going to see what happens here. All right, what's the bracket? What's the setup? Goes for the running low again, but again, the third dimension. Seraphim doing a great job of sidestepping here.
Yeah, and you know, oh my goodness, the big boot to the face is going to be round 2. Going the way of Seraphim. And I got to tell you, you know, we're talking about these characters, and, you know, clearly with the Leon S. Kennedy skin on the Jin, I would expect them to come out with the bazooka, but no, it's actually Anna. Anna's going to be the one taking out the weaponry here to deal the damage. And I got to tell you, I love the cosmetics of this game. It just resonates so well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's one of the greatest things about Tekken. You know, there's something for everybody. You know, Anna definitely is trying to get somebody as they get the nice sidewalk there for the back action. So Enemy getting on the board with a round here. Seraphim trying to hang on and get that first game. Nice whiff punish. We're going to go ahead and take him over there to the wall. Engage. All right, here we go. No slide this time. Smart adjustment there from Enemy.
So from what I'm seeing with Ana, again, they have a lot of utility in their pocket. Jin clearly like the close combat coordinator, able to deal some heavy damage very quickly once they close the gap. How does that make a difference between these two playstyles? Is there like kind of like a categorical shift when it comes to Tekken? Do you have characters that are more zoney like we saw earlier with 2XKO and some that are just more heavy hitting? Like, is there like, again, are there different type of like playstyles for different characters?
Yeah, 1,000%. You know, there are characters that are very that, but here we go here. Nice comeback there for Enemy as they get the round on there, and it's definitely looking like a barn burner right now.
Oh yeah, definitely love the perfect. You gotta love being able to take a round without even dropping a lick of damage. Just it's a phenomenal gameplay. Another thing that I love about Tekken is being able to absolutely boot your opponent off stage, and then the stage comes into play. We haven't seen it yet, but I believe this is one of those maps where you can send somebody off of the stage entirely.
No, so the funny thing about this stage in particular is that you're not necessarily sending them off the stage, you're sending them through the stage. There are multiple walls on both sides that either player can take advantage of, and definitely called the Twitter stage because of the sheer length and style of combos that can be pulled off using these walls. And, you know, if we're lucky, we'll definitely see an opportunity here, but Enemy doing a great job of just keeping that momentum. You know, remember, they took that first game pretty well, you know, with the comeback there, so Seraphim is going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing right now, Seraphim kind of on their back leg here, you know, in the bracket. They're going to have to play for the bracket reset, which means they're going to have to beat Enemy twice. It's the exact same scenario that we saw in 2XKO not moments ago, where, again, Seraphim really is going to have to lock in if they want to try and hold their own in this grand final.
Yeah, 1,000%, but Enemy doing a great job here of just holding on to secure game number 2 for themselves right now. And here we go. We get the wall, but it's back turn, so off axis. Not going to get anything clean. Engage. Nice low there with the Demon Paw.
I'm literally just waiting for someone to go through the wall and send someone flying off stage. I want the cinematics.
One final wall, and we're not going to need it. All right, Enemy up 2 games to 0. Good stuff there. Remember, folks, this is a best of 5 with this being grand finals. We're going to go ahead and get some coaching here. For those of you that are, you know, a bit of the uninitiated when it comes to the fighting game community, there is live coaching allowed in between games. So, you know, you do have an opportunity to get that added perspective there. And here we are. We're going to go ahead and get another early start for Enemy as they get the wall splat into the wall jack.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge advantage for Enemy right now.
Again, had the makings of another perfect round for Enemy. I mean, they took little to no damage, and now keep in mind that they have a round 1 win here in game 3. If they're able to secure 2 more, they're going to be your grand champion.
Oh, yeah, and there's a reason why they're on the winner side, right? And already getting the stage interaction, getting that carry. All right, one more mix-up will do it, and they get the launch, and that's going to be round number 2.
1 more round win away for Enemy Junior to claim their stake, to claim the title for #1 Tekken player here at TechSup. It's all coming down to this.
All right, here we go. And Seraphim has been getting a lot of mileage out of that 4-4-2. However, Enemy just absolutely disrespecting Seraphim on just about all of their offense right now. You're going to have to show me. You got to make me a believer. And right now, Enemy doing everything but losing right now. They are taking this game convincingly. Seraphim fighting desperately on board, but gets caught with the sliding blow. The Enemy wins again, and that is a 3-0. We like to call those no round browns. That was a clean victory. That was a clean victory there for Enemy Junior.
All right, I mean, and then there you have it. I mean, you're looking at Enemy. I mean, they came through in a major way. I mean, my goodness, a near flaw. Well, I mean, it was, if you look at the grand standing of it, a 3-0 victory, that is a flawless victory. I mean, well played, undefeated from start to finish in the bracket. And you know what? It kind of hits home to me. Clearly, I'm a Resident Evil fan, and just to disrespect Leon S. Kennedy like that. But in all fairness, Leon does begin with L, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And, you know, sometimes that is just the way the cookie crumbles. Enemy Junior definitely doing a great job here of showcasing why they have been on the winner's side, you know, just maintaining that advantage all the way through. Clean victory all the way around.
Well, there. I mean, there you have it. I mean, again, it's been just absolute banger after banger after banger. Again, we were able to start things off today earlier on with Grand Blue. Then we went into 2XKO. Now the Grands for Tekken, all said and done and in the books. We have seen some amazing young talent here today on full display. I need to know, when going into this matchup, did it go how you were expecting? Did you expect it really to go 3-0 in the favor of Enemy? Because there were times where it looked like Seraphim was really locking in.
Yeah, Seraphim definitely had a great start in the beginning of the set for sure, but Anna can be so oppressive. And it's not just Anna, it's the Williams sisters in general. You know, the Williams sisters are very dangerous. Both Nina and Anna are two sides of the same coin, very mix-up heavy, whereas Anna does have a little bit more damage, whereas Nina's a bit faster, a bit more agile. So in the moment that you know, either of them gets the ball rolling and they just get started, it's really hard to stop. And that's a lot of what you saw there with Enemy Junior. Again, you know, once the ball got rolling and they managed to get those mix-ups and get their damage off, especially towards the wall, it was pretty much a GG's at that point. You know, you kind of just had to weather the storm there. You know, and Seraphim did land some clean shots. You know, they got a lot of mileage off of the 442, the heat engager, you know, definitely getting a lot of mileage off of that. However, you know, they kind of burn their resources pretty fast, and that's a situation that you got to be careful with, because once you get rid of that heat, it's gone for the rest of the round.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like that, another grand final in the books. Another champion waiting to be crowned. So let's not wait any longer. Zip Master Flex, crown us our next champion for Tekken.
Yo, what's going on? I'm here with our champion of Tekken 8, NME Junior. What's going on, man?
Man, nothing much. It's an honor to be here.
It's an honor to be here. So you were telling me that you compete in other stuff also. I mean, in different tournaments. What's your best placement outside of today?
First.
Oh, okay. What did you win?
Like a Tekken tournament, man.
Oh, what tournament?
It was a team tournament in Houston, 7-1 3v3. Yeah.
Can you tell the people what NME stands for in your name?
You're gonna have to ask my dad. I took the name from him.
I love that. So you are truly NME Junior. Now, NME Junior, guys, let's go ahead and present him with his trophy. Your champion of Tekken 8, NME Junior. Beautiful. You have anybody you want to shout out before we go?
Man, shout out to the Houston community. Shout out Majestic 7. Shout out Miyarizu.
Right on. All right, guys, back to the casters.
I mean, again, just an amazing display of young talent. I love that he shouted out H-Town, by the way. If there's anything I learned from the FGC fighting game community, is that it is really regional. I've seen, like, regional bouts, you know, Houston versus New Orleans. I've seen Atlanta versus Florida. I've seen so many regional contests. I love that he shouted out H-Town in that shout-out.
Yeah, 1,000%. You know, sometimes it's not always about who has the best coast. Sometimes it's always about who's the best city, you know, for sure. And, you know, Texas is actually quite the melting pot when it comes to fighting game communities in general, especially with tournaments like Texas Showdown, for example, right? So, you know, that's definitely cool to see, and definitely good to hear that, you know, folks are coming through from Houston and all over to compete and everything else like that. You know, so it's a great time. And just remember, folks, we have plenty of fighting game action coming down the pipeline. Next up, we have Guilty Gear Strive for our anime heads here. And then to wrap things up on that front, we have Street Fighter 6. Then shortly after, we have Splatoon 3, followed up with Madden 26. So don't go anywhere, folks, because we have plenty on the board for today.
Well, that's going to wrap things up, at least here for Tekken. But as Jackal had stated, we still have plenty more to go throughout the day. So do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back with more of Day 2 of the Undisputed TechSef 2026 State Championships. We will be right back.
What's going on, everybody? We are back in the building. We're here at the Texas Undisputed Esports State Championship. We've already crowned a few champions, and we have another one to crown for Guilty Gear Strive. And it's Jim Master Flex. Like, I'm here with the man of the Master Plan, Mr. Jalen. What's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm excited for this one, man. You know, got the lead guy here on the mic with me, and we're both Guilty Gear enjoyers. Haven't gotten a chance to play each other, you know.
Right,
we got to set that up. We got to set that up, man.
At the B&B.
For sure. I want to see what characters they bring to the table, but you know, take a look here at this bracket. We got a nice little journey down here. Amethyst from SideTech was playing earlier in. Was that Grand Blue?
It was Grand Blue.
Yeah, it was Grand Blue.
Yeah, they were in losers, and I think they ended up not winning.
So
yeah,
they lost that one. They lost that one. But it was still a very good set between the two, and we're going to see what they bring to the table here. Amethyst coming from the loser side, 3-0 in losers finals to make it here to go up against Top Gun for hire. I feel like this is going to be a knockdown drag out. I'm wondering what we're going to see. I said it already. Yeah. I'm a fan of character diversity. We're only doing finals. So normally I'm always talking about how in a top 8 I want to see a bunch of different characters. So now when we're just like a little single sample like this, it's just thrilling to see what they bring up.
Yeah, the cool thing is that, you know, all these characters have really strong components about them. They all have their strengths, they all have their weaknesses, they all have mobility, non-mobility, but they have ways to compensate for the weaknesses. So it's really understanding what your character's strengths are, how to get on offense as quickly as possible, because this game is super chaotic as far as offense is concerned. And the defense, those who come out on top know when to use the defense's mechanics at the highest level, whether it be IB, IBFD, knowing when to burst. So you got to be able to have that on lock. You can't be panicking, because the one that keeps the mental the freshest is going to be the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You have to. I mean, panicking sometimes will get you, you know, you do a panic push block or something like that. It can lead to a good situation on accident, but a lot of times you want to be very calculated about those defensive tools, because you have to utilize resources to make something happen. And there's so many characters in this game that if they get on you, like Elfelt per chance. If she gets on you, everything she does is true. Like, you have to push block her. You can't. You have to use your tension block. You can't keep her off if you don't do that.
And all these characters have something like those kind of sauce components about them. Like once and we're about to see right now who they're going to pick, and we can kind of formulate how this matchup is going. So a Bedman and the Slayer. Bedman and the Slayer, which Bedman is not a strong caliber player as far as what we see, but we're going to see here. And then Slayer, man, when he gets on you, it's hard to beat.
Oh my God, Slayer is monstrous. If you don't know what he's doing, you will get mixed to death. But as we're starting off here, trying a little bit of a zoning game from Top Gun for hire with the Bedman. I love it. He's got his instant air, dash, cancels, down. This character has 8-way air movement. So
crazy.
Beautiful.
You play Bedman, right? Yeah, so here Bedman with the pressure, misses the overhead. So right here, Slayer on offense. Close slash miss, burst comes out right away. Here comes some zoning. Slayer trying to get in. Kind of still back in the corner, Bedman is. Projector's coming on the fire. Here comes the install. See what he does with it. Slayer tried to gamble off the rip. Doesn't work. So yeah, Bedman right out here on offense. Let's kind of see how he formulates his pressure. And he wins.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Very good zoning, right? The thing about this is if he creates a health lead like that, it's easy for him to keep the game strong. The problem is you don't want Slayer to get started, and then once he gets a bar, it's harder to
Yeah, look at this. He's got the bar now,
react and go through the super punch.
And now he's going to go through the wall here. Slayer pushing him through. Bedman here. What are you going to do on wake up? Jumps out. Slayer with some, you know, it's good to see that there's some respect going on, but it's hard to be too respectful, because you can end up here back in the corner, because Slayer immediately, you know, after the raw break was like, all right, you know, I'm going to chill, but now he's playing defense all of a sudden. So you got to keep the foot on the gas. You can't really step back. 6P hits with the counter hit, and Bedman back on offense.
I think that what happened when Amethyst realized that on neutral state on those wall breaks, nothing's going to reach outside of, I mean, the slide. You know, he probably does. Maybe you can get in. My goodness, you know, forget what I'm talking about. Lockdown pressure here.
6P hits.
Double aerial, but the 6P is good.
Man, and you got to know that, like, we're talking about defensive mechanics. Like, obviously, 6P is a strong weapon in this game, and we've seen it here.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be ties. I mean, 6P is the one-size-fits-all button, honestly.
Right.
Nice job. Gonna put him through the wall. All right, so right in this situation, everything the Bedman wants to do beats out anything that Slayer wants to do. So I understand why Amethyst is backing off, but it's unfortunate. You have to try something.
Yeah. Into the Gatling here. Gets the burst comes out, and so the burst is going to connect here. Oh, it does it. It's blocked. Oh, I did not know that he was going to, how do you say, recover in time, but he does.
Yeah,
Here with the
Install's
1-0.
pretty much safe.
Yeah. Look at that, locked in. Cool as a cucumber.
Very well done. Top Gun for hire, cooking it up. If we had a chance to guess what we were going to see, I could have guessed 15 characters. I wouldn't have guessed Bedman.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the Bedman representation here. The Slayer has always really been strong. Gets hit on the instant air dash. Wow, connects. See what Bedman does here.
Empty low.
Yep.
Very good defense stuff.
Oh, nice 5K. Man, that's so hard to deal with.
Man. The plus frames, you have to, like I said, you have to tension block him. You have to tension block him, or he's going to stay in and be able to keep creating those plus frames. All right.
See here, map a punt.
It's not his turn after that punt.
Man.
Well, no, when you're aerial, it is his turn, so I understand Top Gun had to let him have it.
Yeah,
Amethyst, nice.
Yeah. Man, they're fighting, though. They're fighting. You can tell how they push through in this bracket. Like, they're kind of going back and forth here. Amethyst is really keyed in on these 6 pieces. Deflect shield doesn't react in time to punish. Bedman on the offense. Deflect shield's back. Like, I can do you, do me.
I love it. I love it. Use that deflection, create some space. Here we are. Boom. What's happening? I'm over here. What's going on? Let me get them toes off you real quick. Very well done. Going to use that super punch. Get those plus frames with a hard knockdown through the wall. What's the play? Back off. Oh, no. I don't like that one. You have to take advantage of this plus frames.
Yeah, you do. Oh, and it's so slow because it's like you see it and it's like, man, I got to do something, but it's too late. Like, that's how Guilty Gear is. Like, you think you can react, but you're low-key guessing too.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, here we go. 2D reaches. Is he going to? So it is. Burst is on the table, and he will burst. He's in the corner now. Bedman comes. RC's the reset pressure. Hits it. 2D burst is there. Neutral state. Let's see what they do. Mappa Hunt is coming. He's going to send it. He does it. He jumps instead. Oh!
Very
you know what?
good.
I was looking for the Mappa. I got beat.
I got
for the neutral skip. Jumps instead and wins the round. Big time.
Wanted to keep it safe, right? Because if the punch is blocked, and then you have to deal with the jab and take the turn back from Top Gun, right? So I like the double dash to create the situation there. Now, ooh, nice.
It's not like
Instant air
Bedman
dash
can't
aerial
find
pump.
his offense. He's definitely there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, pressuring him. Back on it.
Oh, yeah. He loves that error state. Bomb comes out. Beautiful. The staggers from the... Oh, no! Overhead. Good blocks. Good challenge. Oh, okay. Slayer's about to get jiggy. There's no resources on deck here for Top Gun. It's party time. Empty command grab with the, the overhead with the grab. That was so nice.
Not death, though. Here we go. Slayer coming in on the offense. BRC's forward and air grabs. And that's saying, I got your number right now. I got your number right now. You're going to have to respect. You're going to have to do something because right now what you're doing is not enough.
As soon as you see a BRC when you're aerial, you have to just press tech, right? Because that's what they're going to do every time.
Right.
You have no other option. You can't get a button out in time or anything like that. Very nice. This is good, solid damage. Combo route is clean. I love it.
Yeah.
Bomb comes out, but player able to evade. No. Side switch. I know you didn't want that.
Deflect shield. Troopers from the deflect shield. Here comes Bedman. Install coming. He's on offense. Range is here. Bedman's coming. Man, he's good, man. Amethyst's defense right now, like, he's definitely blocking more than you pay for a $60 game. He's blocking for it. Comes here. He's on defense again, but it's almost like he's okay with being on defense. Because you see that? He's like, okay, let me just go back and let me get my spacing right. Oh.
Worried about the Waco Super. Understand tension block to keep from being chipped. But the button comes through as soon as they wanted to make an approach. All right. Okay. Amethyst.
They're wobbling now.
Man.
Back and forth.
You know, your own Amethyst is on loser side, right? You don't want to go down in this set. You have to try to truck your way through and get that reset. But I think maybe playing too much defense. I understand being comfortable. I understand being confident. But you're playing a character that is supposed to overwhelm you, right?
Here we go, man. 60 hits, overhead hits, install. He loves the install super. I appreciate it. I expect it. Here it comes. He's like, I'm on offense. You have to guess. Overhead hit.
That is the nastiest. When you cloud the screen with the explosion and then cover the overhead, that's so clean. I don't know how that grab whipped, but here it is.
That's the second time now. Oh, breaks up super, kills. Bedman definitely right now feels like the Bedman. He feels like I can put pressure on you. You've shown me that you will respect me. Then I'm going to cycle my options, and I'm going to come at you. I'm going to swing. You're going to have to do something about it.
You got to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, Batman wants you to try to defend yourself and play defensive, because the more you defend, the more special moves that Batman gets to use, the more error state he gets. So he gets to use those off buttons. Like, he doesn't have to press. That bomb comes out on its own.
Yeah.
Now that one was a self-detonation, but either way, you get what I'm saying.
Good Abari 2K there. He's on the 2K counter hits. Close slash going into his Gatling here. Going through, going to hit. Oh, he misses the wall break stick. Here comes Bedman, bar slash, YRC to get out. And he supers again, because you have not showed me that you can not, I'm going to do it.
No baits. Yeah. No baits,
no
at
baits
all.
You're going to have, and it's hard. It's like, when do I do it now?
Exactly.
6 speed comes through here. Bedman on offense. Close slash. The flex shield, thinking he could swing, but Bedman pressure still coming. Now you're back up in the corner. 2K whip. Going into, press frames. Jumps.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Double overhead.
Yep. Double overhead, did that falling dust.
Again.
Wake up super again. You know what? If you're not going to bait me one time, I'm using all my meter on.
Is that the third time? That's it? Man.
Third or fourth, one of them.
Yeah. Man, okay. 2D hits, full combo coming in here. Map 100 with completed pressure. Overhead, gets hit. Kind of hesitated after that. Oh, he misses a graph again. That's the third or fourth time. Going in. He's got pressure. He's on it.
Overhead. No.
Deflect. Guessing on off. Wake up. 2K's already out, yeah. He's dead. Oh my god.
Amethyst. Amethyst staying alive.
You can see the nerds because they know what they're supposed to be doing, but they're a little hesitant. But man, them 6 speeds are connecting though.
One of the things I'm wondering on that overhead that whiffed a moment ago and didn't get pushed back, right? Was that the frame kill? Because you know they'll do that sometimes.
Sometimes the timing is just weird if you're not inputting it right, and that's where the guilty gear can get really scrambly. So it's about, okay, when that happens, what is the next best option? It's usually your Abari, your quick tool. So here, see right there, boom. I'm gonna hit that my 5 peak. I'm gonna go and connect with that. Now my offense. Why is he baited? He doesn't have burst. He's going through the wall.
Very good.
Hard knockdown.
Yes. Okay, now this time I want to see utilization of that hard knockdown. What do we got here? Yes, goes for the overhead. Stagger, side switch, yes.
But now he's in the corner. Here we go. Bedman's on offense. He's jumping up. Slayer is like, he's looking for the opening. He's trying to see, where can I press? Where can I press? Bedman's now he's getting grabbed, and that's a strike throw, and that is guilty gear. Personified. YRC comes out. Here we go, Slayer. He's kind of shook a little bit. He still has burst in his back pocket. He may not have the chance to use it. Here he comes, the install. Let's see what happens.
What do we got? Oh my goodness, beautiful play. Try to utilize the red lightning. 5 PAA?
And that's it. Bedman winning.
Man, Bedman taking one home against Slayer. I mean, 2 middle-of-the-ground characters, right?
Yeah.
They're neither one very top tier, but they're both very strong in their own right. Like you said, they're so unique. They're hard to deal with. You have to know the matchup inside and out, especially with Bedman.
Yeah, these characters can be very strong, man. And I think my thing is, like, in a grand finals environment when you're on LAN, the nerves, we've seen so many things that was kind of dropping and whiffing and happening, but there were things continuously happening, whether it be whiff throws or it would be, what am I doing after wall break? The decisions, the hesitations will get you killed, but also you can't be throwing out the flex shield in certain points when you don't have the information to do it. You're kind of guessing too much. But then I think the moment turned when the throw came in, when the Bedman had the pressure on. So it was like, man, it got thrown.
Yeah, you hit a nice 2K into a throw. I mean, you start ticking those. Now they're worried about that. They're trying to hold up. And you get clipped by a close S. It's dangerous stuff. We got the highlights coming in hot here of that beautiful grand finals we just watched.
Losing the second grand finals, bro. It's twice in runner-up.
Yeah.
That's tough. He can fight, though. You can tell he's a really good FGC player. He loves it. You can tell. Hopefully, he continues to, play at a high level because he definitely has talent in multi games. So, continue to keep his head up. The top gun for hire with the win here on Bedman. Definitely a big feat.
Very good, very good. And when watching these kids, I always wonder, and I love to ask them whenever I'm interviewing them, I always ask, do you play outside of your school esports, right? Because the FGC is so accessible, and it's just cool to, wonder, have I seen you play before? There's so many brackets, like, did I see you play?
Did I see you in tower?
Oh man, this
is
such a good setup.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see a Bedman win, I think. And Slayer, we've definitely had our moments, all of us playing online, getting run over by a Slayer player. But again, I will give my love to Amethyst on the defensive side, because in the beginning of it, he definitely had that kind of, I want to, right there, it was a great read. So he wants to be sure about what am I going to do, but sometimes in Guilty Gear, like, you got to go. You got to press.
Go.
Yeah, so Bedman with all these wake-up supers that were just hitting.
I think that moment right there, right? Oh, not moment, right? The few times we kept saying ramp it up, ramp it up, ramp it up. I think Amethyst tried to ramp it up, but there's another one, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they started doing that, Top Gun for Hire was like, you know what? Get a ball.
I'm gonna keep swinging. Like, you have not shown me one time. Like, we were playing a best of 5. Like, I'm going to show you this card. I'm gonna play this card. Are you going to answer it?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out. But shout out to Top Gun for Hire. Yeah, okay, cool. We got a stage interview with Atsoka and Top Gun for Hire on the Bedman. Shout out. We're going to throw over to the captain and see what our champion has to say.
All righty, well, there you have it. We have our Guilty Gear Grand Champion for the undisputed TechSF Esports State Championship. It is Top Gun. Top Gun, I have got to ask you, how does it feel to make it all the way to the Grand Championships, coming out on top and being here on the main stage?
I'm just super happy. I haven't been able to play Guilty Gear at any of these before, and it's always been my favorite game. So being able to come out and show what I really care about is awesome and bring it to a bigger audience.
Now, one thing that I really need to ask is, like, what is the difference, being able to play, of course, like, locally with your school and everything like that, being at an event like this here at TechSF, being with the stage and the lights and the crowd, and of course, the crowd factor is huge. We heard a lot of noise coming from the crowd, and it was honestly just great atmosphere. How does that feel, being in an event like this as compared to, just playing Guilty Gear just, on a regular basis?
Yeah, I played at tournaments before, and I thought it would be similar. But no, there's just such an atmosphere here. And honestly, it was just really exciting knowing that even though they might not understand the game, everybody was still getting hype and just enjoying being with their peers.
And you see, that's what we love about events like this. Another thing I want to ask you, I want to get a little bit more technical. Okay, we started to see Amethyst make a little bit of a comeback there. They were able to take a game. How were you able to recollect yourself and then come correct for the next round?
I always just pretend it's my first round. I always try to think about every move because I have a problem, and everyone does, with getting autopilot-y. So what you got to do is just keep thinking through it and just pretend that it's not even a tournament.
All right, one last thing before we give you your well-deserved award. One last chance, just the stage is yours. Anybody you want to shout out, anything you have to say to the folks at home and to those in the crowd today?
I just want to shout out my scene in Lubbock, my friends here at the Esports tournament for supporting me this whole time, and my family just for getting me into it in the first place.
Well, there you have it. Once again, our grand champion here at TechSF, Undisputed Esports Texas State Championship for Guilty Gear. It is Top Gun!
Right on, right on. There it is, your champion, Top Gun for Hire with the Bedman. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love what he was talking about when he spoke about being on autopilot and having to reel yourself back in and make sure that you're getting your game plan executed properly. That was beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I love that motion too on the autopilot, because you definitely have to have a great autopilot, but you also got to know when to pivot from the autopilot, and that's when you're given information. But at the same time, the autopilot can definitely save you, especially in those scrambles. So for him to be able to come out here and compete at a high level and to win on an intellectual level too, I think that's what fighting games is all about for sure.
Right on. I love it. That was fire. Great stuff there. So, man, we have a long rest of the rest of the day. So there's going to be more games, man. But it was good stuff.
Yeah,
watching
we're like
that
halfway through, I think.
Yeah, about halfway through.
So I think later on we got like some Splatoon and we got some Madden. Hopefully they play the Broncos. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
So let's peep the schedule.
Oh my gosh. Yep. So next up we have Street Fighter 6 coming up. I'm going to be here for that one right there. Yep. And then we got Splatoon 3 coming up after that. And then Madden 26. That's going to be the last game. But that's not the end of the evening. It is going to be 7 p.m., the All-State Awards.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely excited for these upcoming matches, especially Street Fighter. Hopefully we get a couple of Street Fighter games going on. This crowd loves Street Fighter. Also, we have a little bit of a gap between the 3 and 5:30. So we're going to show a little Smash matches, little things sprinkled here and there. But also make sure you guys, again, tune in to 7 o'clock All-State Awards so we can dub some awards for some great organizers and teachers here that kind of put all this put together. We're just giving people love all together, and that's what this whole event's about, is putting love across the board from just the gamers and the organizers and the teachers and the sponsors. Like, it's all love at the end of the day, and for us to be able to here to showcase that, I'm very appreciative.
That's my favorite thing about being here. I love coming to this. I appreciate you bringing me here every time because I love watching the students do what they do. I love how much they put into it, how much they care, and I love when I'm walking around the venue and I see a parent like holding the camera, so happy watching their kid play. Right. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the fourth annual iteration of the Texas Undisputed Esports State Championships. We want to give quick love to our sponsors because I'm the producer and I'm always remembering to give love. So this event hosted by TechSef, Texas Scholastic Esports Federation. It is powered by LandFest. Shout out to LandFest. They were their way to get all these computers and everything turned on and powered on and networked. This event is produced by Ishoni Productions. That's us. That's the production crew that's in the back there behind our partition. And then we also got, and it's presented by Texas Army National Guard. So shout out to those sponsors as well. But yeah, a lot of moving pieces that go into putting this together. So the fact that we're here in the middle of day 2 and running on running on it, definitely appreciative. But man, we got to get the Strive running, bro. We got to run it.
We got to run that for sure.
Yeah.
Right on, man. So guys, thank you for having us right here. We'll be back with some Street Fighter action here in a little bit. We'll be back with some more tech stuff. Look at him flashing the shirt, man. We'll see you guys
shout
in a
out
bit.
Frida. See you on the other side.
Right on. Beautiful. That was fun.